How's it going, boys? It's me, your favorite Snake Souls merchant. And if my assessment of the situation is correct, then CD Projekt Red currently is literally facing bankruptcy as we speak. Now, there are a lot of parts to this, but everything, in my opinion, falls extremely neatly into place. Now, there's a lot of explaining to do why, and why things are happening like they are. But the biggest tell currently for me is the fact that Cyberpunk 2077 is on 50% sales in a lot of places, up to 50% and so on and so on and so on. Let me explain why that is bad. A lot of people currently are thinking that that's just the goodwill of the developers, that they're gonna patch things up. No, I think this is literally a sign that they have run out of money. And there are a lot of things that currently are extremely valid to my case on this. So first of all, let's understand the 50% sales. Between a supplier and selling store, there usually is some kind of agreement that the store can make special sales with discounts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a year, depending on the contract, depending on the industry, and so on and so on. So when these type of situations happen, usually the supplier is forced in some way, shape, or form by either giving a discount on the product or something to compensate that the store that is selling the product doesn't actually lose money by making a discount. This is number one. Considering this is happening on multiple platforms at the same time, if it would only be happening on Xbox and PlayStation at the same time, I would brush it off because, if Xbox does something good, Sony will follow. If Sony does something good, Microsoft follows suit because they are their biggest competitors. But considering this is happening on multiple platforms, and I do not 100% know how the contracts look between digital sales places, I am pretty sure that CD Projekt Red is the one that initiates the 50% sales, which is a huge deal. Some people, again, think that this is to get the goodwill of the people back, but I seriously doubt it. Because at the same time, most likely, all the sales have already been done. People who wanted their money back have already received their money back, and so on and so on. So the majority of sales are done. Currently, bad PR is all over the place for CD Projekt Red. There's not a single positive thing said about them, and they need money. They are hemorrhaging money. First of all, to be the big industry player that they need to fix up Cyberpunk. They most likely have absolutely 100% zeroed resources required to do that in a fiscal sense. So they need money. If they make a 50% sale, most likely no one will ask for a refund ever, so all that money that goes with the sales is pretty much guaranteed to stay in their pocket as much as they can get. So that is the first thing. They need to fix the game, and they're out of money. There has been this crazy idea that the higher-ups at CD Projekt Red did not know that the game is completely botched on consoles and is only barely playable in the PC. Everyone who believes that, applause honestly. I did not know that someone can be that close-minded. Obviously, the higher-ups knew that the game is botched and the game is not going to run on consoles and it's going to be a shit show. First of all, they obviously knew that. Other lawsuits that are currently happening. So currently, Poland themselves have sued them and checking out corruption and all that good stuff. The usual Polish stuff. There is a massive lawsuit again. Well, there's a mass litigation or whatever it's called lawsuit. I don't remember what's it called, but it's the one that it's essentially the people against the company because the company has wronged too many people and they get represented. This happens a lot in pretty much any industry anywhere, honestly, but usually it doesn't get that much attention. But this is a huge financial problem for CD Projekt Red. Why? Because if they lose that lawsuit because it happens, this is essentially how that lawsuit ends. They get sued, they lose, they lose a bunch of money because they need to give money back to the people who bought the product in a specific region, in Europe, for example, as a whole, in America, example, as a whole. I don't know the small legal stuff, but essentially, some of you may actually wake up a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months after this, and, in the mail there's sitting a paycheck because you got your monies back from Cyberpunk 2077 because they lost this legal battle. And that's a huge problem. They cannot lose the sales that they already have. Also, they are facing currently extreme problems because they fucking duped the investors. And if you're a company that has buyable stock, then you do not ever dupe the investors, because they are literally the reason you can do things. They are the reason your project and aspirations can be as big. So duping the investors is a huge, huge no-no. They are leaking money like there is absolutely no tomorrow. Insider News has stated that essentially all the money went into marketing, and that seems extremely plausible at this moment, pretty much goddamn almost self-understandable if we're being completely honest when you look at the state of the game and the bugs and everything. So yeah, CD Projekt Red may be going bankrupt because there is no way in hell that they are willingly making a 50% sales. They need money to fix the game and they need money to fight the legal battles, because at the same time, Poland themselves, as a country, are interested in them. They screwed over the investors, so no investor is gonna back them up in any way, shape, or form by giving them money for legal battles. I'm not sure about the lawyer side of things, but I'm pretty sure that CD Projekt Red, being a Polish company, cannot get a grant or any kind of help from the government when the government is trying to look into them and sue them. Pretty sure that's not how it happens. So, if CD Projekt does not get this money from the 50% off sales deals that they have currently, chances are they are going bankrupt, because they have absolutely most likely absolutely not a single dime to spend. If they had money to spend also, for the people who said maybe they haven't used up all the money, almost a valid point. But you see, if they had money to spend, they would have made the game better, because the higher-ups knew how bad the game is. Some people again try to say that the higher-ups had no idea. Listen, in a company, when the top dog has absolutely no idea of how bad a project is working or something, that means one of two things. One, he's lying. Two, everyone under him is lying, plus the fact that the top dog literally does not care or look into things. Oh yes, for the top person at a company, if they're even remotely invested in a project or whatever, in which case, in CD Projekt Red's cases, they were, it is impossible to not know almost everything about a project. Obviously, they don't know the small bits and pieces about stuff, but they know, are they going to be on time, how far is the progress, what is left to do, how it's run. They know everything. It is impossible for them to not know this. And yet they claimed ignorance, that they did not know anything. Boys, if they did not know anything, and that's true, their company would have collapsed instantaneously. When a small company emerges, the top CEO, leader, executive, or whatever you want to call it, will know everything that's happening. So, the person that is running CD Projekt Red knew what they were doing when The Witcher started, and they passed this barrier, and they knew everything what's going on. And they knew everything what's going on with Cyberpunk. And, well, they're lying. Also, obviously, the Jason Schreier insider news, or what you want to call it, that people knew it was a shitfest, all of those things. Boys, CD Projekt Red literally could go bankrupt any moment now. They probably need money, and it's hard for me to imagine who will put in this money. Because again, the 50% off is not Sony's idea, it is not PlayStation's idea, it is not Steam's idea, it is no one's idea but their own. Which means that their contract 100% enforces the fact that they can get the game to go on sale. They are the ones who can say that, not the actual companies, you know. And most likely, that just means that they still get the cut equal. You know, in my opinion, I have not seen the contracts. I am not knowledgeable in the gaming sphere, online contracts, how they look or how they feel. But my idea is essentially this. CD Projekt Red, to sell their game on PC or whatever, they negotiate the cut. 50-50, obviously it's not 50-50, but you know, they sell one digital copy on PlayStation, PlayStation keeps 50%, and CD Projekt Red keeps 50% of the sale. This most likely does not change unless you actually do a lower price. Most likely, companies are currently also very invested and happy with the idea to make it go on sale because they are worried about the same things that I'm currently spouting. That the game most likely the studio could go under. Also, most likely, CD Projekt Red has not paid nor Sony nor Xbox nor anyone any money to actually sell their game on their platform. You know, again, it's just a 50-50 cut or whatever the hell the cut is for, you know, the seller and the creator. I don't know what it is. It could be anything, but yeah, it's most likely that case. So you need to understand that even though the game is a buggy mess, Sony or PlayStation or whoever, they are not exactly interested in it going for a sale, which means this was 100% pushed by CD Projekt Red because they need that money. Again, if someone could push this sale, you know, then they would make an exclusive deal and all of that jazz. But anyway, what are your thoughts and opinions about this? In this situation, I think that, yeah, I definitely think that they could be potentially going under because of all these circumstances being just too good. Obviously, I do not know some of the detailed specifics about how companies work the small agreements between each other. And I may be wrong somewhere, but I kind of feel at the big picture that this looks like it. This definitely looks like this could be legitimately the end of CD Projekt Red. Anyway, so this was Quizzer Sensei. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the channel, check out Discord, check out the Patreon, check out everything, and have a nice day. Bye-bye!